Hello everyone, welcome to our new video in the series of object-oriented programming in C++. So before discussing today's topic, let's go back to the question we gave you at the end of the last video. The question was to write a program to input number in range of 1 to 9 and print in alphabet, like for 1 print 1, for 2 print 2 and TWO and so on. So let's see the solution of this question. Okay, the program will be like this. The basic statements hash include iostream.h using namespace std. That's the optional statement actually, because it depends compiler to compiler. So our main body void main, then int a we have taken an integer for comparison. Then a message will be printed that enter the number, and then c in a to getting the value. Then a switch has been opened, which takes the argument as a, that is as it compares the value of a to the different cases. So cases are as case 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on till 9, and then we have a default. So in case 1, if the a value is 1, then cout will be one and then a break so that other values don't get printed in the order. The program is as simple as this is, and in the default we have cout wrong choice entered. So let's compile this program once. So as you can see, the message has been printed as enter number. So suppose we enter 5, the output is FIVE, that is 5 in English. So coming to today's topic, that is for loop. So what is a for loop basically is, a for loop is a repetition control structure that allows you to effectively write a loop that's needed to execute a specific number of times. So suppose you have a statement for printing your own name or printing hello world n number of times. So instead of writing cout then a message statement that gives hello world again and again n number of times, we take a loop that this particular statement will be executed a given number of times or till a given condition by the user is fulfilled. The basic syntax is as follows: for, then a parenthesis, then the initial condition or the initial variable is declared in this part. Suppose a numerical variable with value 1 or 0 or any value the user supposes fit. Then the second block is the condition statement, in which a particular condition is given that the loop has to be executed till this condition is true or this condition is met. The third thing is increment or decrement or any modification statement which changes our initial variable so that the condition given in the middle block has to be evaluated for a different value next time. This is followed by the curly braces and the body of the for loop. Okay, the working of for loop is as follows. The initial step is executed first and only once. It is used to, as I stated earlier, initialize the loop control variables. Okay, it is not actually required it is not actually compulsory to use an initial statement. It can be left blank as long as you use a semicolon to mark it as a blank statement. The second step occurs is that the condition part is evaluated. If it is true, the body of the loop is executed, and if it is false, the control jumps to the immediate next statement after the for loop. After the body of the for loop is executed, the flow of control jumps back to the modification statement and it performs the modifications, and in this statement any of the loop control variables can be modified. This statement can also be left blank as long as a semicolon appears after the condition part. The condition is now evaluated again, and if it is still true, the loop executes again, or it is else it is skipped. Okay, so let's take a practice question. Write a program to print the first n natural numbers where n is an input from the user. So the basic program will be like this: void main in n and in I. Cout enter the value of n, c in n, the basic ones, and then in the for loop we have taken I equal to 1 in the initial part. That means the I is a loop control state. I is a loop control variable which has the value 1 initially. Second is our condition statement, in which we have specified that I is less than or equal to n. As long as I is less than or equal to n, the loop will continue to execute. And last, the modification part, we have used I++, which is a shorthand or increment operator for I equal to I plus 1. In the body of the for loop, we have written cout I and then endl to get it on the next line. Okay, let's execute this loop once. Enter the value of n. Suppose the user enters 5. So what will happen now is that I will start from 1. It will check with 5. 1 is obviously less than 5. Then it will see out I. I value has 1, and the next line I value will become 2 as per the modification statement and will be compared to n again. So 2 is still less than 5, and it again gets printed in cout I statement. It will continue as long as I is less than or equal to n, that is 5 value, and then the loop will terminate. So on executing, if the user has entered 5, then the output is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, let's take another question. Write a program to input number and print it in the reverse order. The logic for extracting individual digits of any number has been explained in our previous video. So if you have not watched or are unknown to the logic, you can rewatch it or go to the previous video and have an understanding of it. So further moving on. In the program, we have taken two variables a and b. The b has been initialized by the value of 0, while a has been used to get the value from user. Okay, so in the for loop, we have a blank initial statement, as our variable has been initialized by the user in the form of a, and in the condition part we have a not equal to 0. As long as a has some positive value or some negative value, it will be executed. And in the modification part, we have taken a is equal to a slash 10. What slash 10 does, that it removes the last digit from the variable. So in the body of for loop, we have b equal to b star 10 plus a percentage 10. So in the loop, what happens exactly is that whatever is stored in b gets multiplied by 10, and then a percentage 10, what a percentage 10 does is it extracts the last digit of the number. Up till now, b has the value of 0, and suppose a has 1, 2, 3. So it will be b, in place of b, it will be 0 into 10 plus 123 percentage 10, that is 0 into 10 plus 3. So b value will become, and it will be continued as long as a has some value. So as soon as a becomes 0, b will be having all the digits of a in the exactly reverse order of a. So on printing cout b, we will have a reverse number. So let's execute this program once. So on executing, it will be a message enter value of a. Suppose the user enters 9576 and the output is as 6759. And now we will be moving on to a practice question for the next video. So the question for this video is write a program to input choice out of 1, 2, 3 and give the answer to details given below. If the user enters 1, sum of first n odd numbers. If the user enters 2, sum of first n even numbers. And if the user enters 3, sum of first n natural numbers where n is an input from the user. Best of luck. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel for more such interesting content.